There, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. A few books read by Rom. A few books read by Rom. And you know what? Now people know I always promote that body game. But one of the things in my book, Nice Guys and Players, I talk about men developing a library, reading books and stuff. In fact, I've done maybe 1 or 2 videos talking about that. Now, lately, I've had quite a few people ask me about my library. And, I brought a few off of my bookcase. Not all of them. I just brought a few. Yeah, a few's a lot. And I wanted to share this with you, just to give you a perspective. Like, I'm always talking like body game and lifting, and sometimes, I'll be like a little lazy, be letting my stuff rough, but let me make no mistake about it. Brother got a reading list, and these are just the books I have on me. There's been books I've read over the years, and, for whatever reason, I might have sold a whole lot of them because I used to have a book stand, as a used copy. In fact, that's how my book stand, when I had it back in the day, got started. I was just selling some used books at a flea market. So I was like, oh, I'm making money. And then a lot of times I might just get a book from the library or something. I'm telling you now, library card, if you can't afford a book, you can go to like any municipal library, you can get any book. If they don't have it on them, they will ship it out to you. Everybody should be using that resource. Now, the thing about books, they just give you ideas and stuff to think about. Like, one thing, don't be that type who just read a book and just follow the information religiously. Get it and think about it and see how you can apply it to life. But that being said, let me start off with some stuff. Yeah, false black power. False black power. This is just something I read. It's more of a conservative thing. And one thing, just to be clear, I'm not liberal or conservative. I'm pragmatic. Whatever it takes to put money in Rom's pocket. Let me see. Let's see. The misfit economy. This is something that's kind of recent. The misfit economy. Now, yeah, this is... it's talking about those people kind of on the outside of, making money, not quite in normal ways, but it's something serious, We're talking about from pirates, hackers, gangsters, and informal entrepreneurs. It's on that System D thing. And if I got to tell you about System D, if somebody know what System D is and they think they can do it, explain it without having to look it up, shoot, you want some stuff. Let me see, coming apart. Yeah, don't be afraid to read books that, might be from perspectives that might disagree with yours. Now, this is from Charles Murray. A lot of people got some issues with him. But, don't be afraid to read anything that might go against your personal belief systems or might match them. But especially something that goes against your personal belief system. And I said that in Nice Guys and Players because it causes you to think about something. Hey, let me see. Futurenomics by this brother Kidi Owadu. A certain master teacher know who this dude is. Let me see. Microtrends Squared. Now this is an interesting book. This is a very interesting book because it talks about future trends and everything. I gotta get used to looking at that little pen there, but it tells you what's coming on, what's happening, and what they're predicting for the future. This is very good, especially if you're in business. And that was the same thing with Futurenomics. Very good for business reasons. Because any smart business people, and y'all know I promote business, especially on my business channel, which I'm gonna be a little petty here. People act like they can't find. But you need to know what's coming on. Now, this is a fiction book. Sister Soldiers, a moment of silence in the Midnight series. I know I always talk about that character Midnight. Very deep book. I got a lot of fiction, non-fiction here, of course, but I like good fiction if it's like more edutainment. I got another one in that. Survival of the Prettiest by Nancy Etkoff. This gets into some people who've studied got into like the more the biology and stuff of mating. And here's a good one, really good one. Evolution of desire. You know, y'all think I'm just talking, I'll be talking about stuff just off the top of my head, but no, you know, yes, I use my experience, but I also read some stuff too. And really just get a perspective. I don't act like I know everything and it's impossible for me to experience everything. But you got something else. You know, you got to go in there and do some stuff. Let's see. Ooh, I got a lot of books here. This might be a long one. Finding the Right Man. No, Smart Women, Foolish Choices. Finding the Right Man, Avoiding the Wrong Ones. I've referenced this book. I mean, this is the earliest mention of the 80-20 rule as applied to relationships. And this copyrighted 1986. For people who think something has changed in the last few years, everything you read in here is happening now. And this has gone through several things. This is like a Bible. You see, this kind of tore apart too. You know, I've been reading it. Fasting Electric. This is from somebody who's commented. He's written some stuff on the Negro Manosphere. Hassani Ali and his beautiful wife Shelby. You know, very, very good book. Very good book. Gigged. Yeah, the end of the job and the future of work. You know, talking about gigs and everything. You know, business. Let's be clear. Rom's in business. Speaking of which, this is a classic. Think and Grow Rich. If somebody say they got Think and Grow Rich, boom, I know they ain't no joke. Let me see. Oh yeah, the 4. The hidden DNA of Apple, Facebook, Google, and what's that other one? I'm trying to read it upside down. Amazon. Y'all gotta understand, I'm looking at this mirror thing, so I'm like, what the So that's the thing. Like, one of the things I do, I get a lot of business books because I need to know what's going on, because everything's coming down to business. Now here's a oldie but goodie. You know, I've been through this one. Crises in Black Sexual Politics. This was written in the late 80s. And there's a lot of stuff, like I said, people be thinking some shit is new, didn't happen. It was like, how you think that? Did you talk to your elders? Some people need to talk to older people instead of trying to put them down, because they'll tell you, hey, this shit ain't new. All you got now is better technology. That's it. But you go through here, you're like, oh, damn, this was already happening? Boom. Another book, now this is underrated. Money Issues in Black Male-Female Relationships, because we can talk no matter what, no matter how much, you know, I focus on the sexual aspect, but how much money you got is going to influence how the woman perceives you. How much money you got, and that's going to be a major issue when you're talking about relationships. You know, you got these women out here talking about getting a bag. That's straight up money. Yeah, and then this classic right here. This is the godfather to me of any black male dating coach or just talking about relationships. Donald Spears, In Search of Good Pussy. So that's my relationship stuff. And I got to shout out my man B Money. This is a recent purchase. I heard about this book, Cybernetics. I'm like, oh, I'm just reading the first few pages, just getting into it. You know, one thing, if y'all give me a good book recommendation, I'll at least look it up. Oh, another relationship thing, Swooned. I've referenced this a lot. This is probably one of the few books I know of that really gets into talking about womanizers, players, like that, ladies' men. Because she's got a kind of a disdain for actual players. She looks at ladies' men more like they bring in pleasure to the woman, you know, and women want them. But very good thing, and one of the things in this, for anybody who wants to get into more the scholarly side of womanizing and stuff, she is heavily footnoted. And that's one other thing, if you're going through a book or something like that, and you looking at it more from an academic perspective or a study perspective, go through the footnotes. Go through the footnotes. And here's a good one. Y'all gotta get this. Y'all wanna know what the fuck happened in someplace? Confessions of an Economic Hitman. And yeah, this is powerful. This is powerful. It tells you a lot what's going on. It's understanding. People need to understand, especially men, need to understand what's happening in the world. Let me see. Ooh, Genocide Files. This is fiction, but it's scary as shit. You be like, oh, fuck. I don't even want to talk about this. I'll be getting a visit. I don't need to get my cable cut. And then Centered. This is by brother Walamu Bamoni Baruti, brother Baruti. Centered. He actually mentions me in this book. He actually mentions me. Just to let y'all know, Rom, you got an academic side. Oh, this is where we get into secret science. And get into some metaphysics. This is a deep one. This is a hermetic philosophy. Yeah. You get into that, because understand something. When you look at the elites of this world, the power elites, most of them connected to some type of secret society, even if it's just something like the Masons. Understand that. I noticed, like a lot of people, like we would talk about that select, non-select thing. A lot of select men, they are part of truly select men getting theirs and everything. You'd be like, if you make a Masonic reference to them, they'll be like, oh yeah, they'll give it back to you. Old Lyle's Masons, and then upper levels of black fraternities, white secret societies, whatever, a lot of stuff. That's when you get into a whole other level of the game, because those dudes ain't sitting around complaining about like Pookie and Ray Ray. Yeah, I had to throw that in there. Seriously, that's when you get into real power right there. Now this one, Black Players, A Secret World of Black Pimps. Like I said, the game ain't, just technology has changed. You read through this and you understand, get a perspective on how they saw stuff. Yeah, I get a few more. Yeah. As a man thinketh. This is a small but powerful book. People need to think. If people always call themselves, they'll call themselves, like I got a lot of people calling themselves thinking men and all of that, but if they really thought, they wouldn't do half the shit they do. You know? They really thought, because part of the thing is just common sense. Now the cover is off of this one, so I gotta show you this. Atlas Shrugged. This is a deep ass book right here. It is deep. It is deep. It was a tough read because the damn letters were so damn tiny. I always said I need to get a bigger size, because it was just a font. It was just a physically tough read, but it was as far as the concepts and stuff. I actually lived by John Galt's pledge one time in my life for about a good year. As close as I ever been to being atheist. I said, I swear by my life that I would never live for the sake of another man or allow another man to live for me. Something like that. That was years ago. I think that's it. I gotta read. I think that was it. I ain't thinking about it. I haven't used it in a while. You get kids, you gotta change that shit up. And this is another classic. Read this in high school, Invisible Man. All brothers need to get this shit. This is like required reading if you're a black man. The Invisible Man. Alright. People's History of the United States. Remember, a lot of what we see in the news ain't really what is happening out in the community. So that's a good one. Oh, another one by the dude who wrote Secret Science, The Science of Love. Now, when I get into my deeper aspects of when I talk about relationships, yeah, right here. Oh, and this big thing, Blueprint for Black Power. This book, it's like, you know what? And look how tore up this book is. I gotta get another copy, but this is a book for anybody serious about really building. We're doing all this stuff, and you got ADOS and all of that, but you read that book, really go through that book, and you'll be like, oh, we can really do something now. Let me reach over. Just the final one. Yeah, this is only we're talking, I'm saying maybe 20% what I have on my thing now. There's some stuff y'all just didn't need to see. But Alchemy of Love and Lust. This is another one that gets into the biology of mating. Super hubs. How this world is really run. It's run through relationships. I've said that. And really, I know a lot of people talking about, well, I don't want to deal with women and stuff, but they facilitate a lot of like the real power. A lot of their shit's a lot of money runs through women. Y'all might not believe that, but if you're not getting with that, you don't really want to go past a certain level. I'm just being real with you. That's why at that highest level, it's just important to, the highest level, your mate is just as important as you. It ain't like they running anything or anything. They the ones, shit runs through the women. There's actually a metaphysical principle behind that, but I don't share that publicly. Kunyatsa, the secret of female pleasure. This is one of those things you need to get. If you want to, you hit a woman with this. Trust me, you ain't compete with no one. See, Ebony Treasure Map. This is a very good book. If y'all can find this book, it's very, it's not that big by a brother named Myron Golden, but trust me, this is life changing. It can break down how you can make money very simply. Not a get rich quick scheme, but it's a simple formula you use. I've actually used that formula to just increase the amount of money coming into my pockets in the last few years. It was like pow. All right. Oh, this is a book, the same brother Baruti. And this is a book, this is powerful because this is a major issue that's happening in the community. Homosexuality and effemination of African males. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. This deserves to be studied because he gets into it. This is a degreed person. He ain't just writing. I like this one right here. Dennis Kimbrough's The Wealth Choice. Remember, I'm business. So, secrets of black millionaires. It gives you an idea of what they've been doing and how they get to where they are. Let me see. I only got a few more here. It shapes my, because like I said, I can get into, if I need to, I can get into politics easily. I can do really do some political stuff, geopolitical type of stuff if I chose to. Harlem ain't nothing but a third world country. This is there's a lot of books out there, but they're not in the mainstream. But if you see this, you just like, oh snap. You start understanding because it gives you understanding once again, economic moves, stuff like gentrification, stuff like that. Propaganda. This is by Eric Bernays, a nephew of Sigmund Freud. This book was written in the 30s. This is an important book. If y'all want to know why things are happening, why presidents get elected, why dudes out here wearing skinny jeans, why certain restaurants are going out of business and then certain other restaurants are coming up. If you want to know why things are happening on the political front, here you go. And this is an important one. This is very important for politics, the Clash of Civilizations by Samuel P. Huntington. This is a well underlined book, and it's just breaking down, it's looking at just the culture, stuff like religion, how that's affecting global politics. This was written in the 90s and you see it now. If you think about it, this is way before 9/11. And he was talking about, the different civilizations based on the religion. That wasn't the main thing, but because he was more comprehensive. But if you think about a few years after this came out, all of a sudden Muslims became the big bad guy. And if you can look at many conflicts around the world and they broke down along religious lines. And then, I get deep into the sexuality. You gotta get the Kuma Sutra. So that's it. And that's just a sprinkling. If I went, we'd be in here for about 3 hours or something if we just did the books on my shelf. Just on my shelf. Now imagine if I said, okay, let me talk about all the books I've read, like some of the deeper ones, like different political people, read people like Thomas Sowell a long time ago, kind of dry to me. Shelby Steele, like I said, because I've read the conservative stuff, the liberal stuff, even read some white nationalists and stuff. You want to really have an idea. And and one book I didn't pop up, it was The Art of War. That's one of those books I keep putting in weird places, so I can never put my hand on it right away. And one of the things Sun Tzu said is know your enemy, know yourself. Now, I would translate that into life as, know yourself and then know what's around you. And good Lord. Yeah. Got a big ass spider in here. Anyway. Ain't that some shit? This must be a Nazi. A Nancy. So anyway, that's it for now. I gotta go kill a spider. I'll talk to y'all. Peace.